Well, folks, it's time to defend our home planet against the Seven Stars Alliance. And the galaxy of Tetranova, a fierce war between seven stars has laid waste to their planets. Having destroyed each other's homes, the seven stars have formed an alliance to seek a new home where they can rebuild and regain their strength to go to war once again. We must pilot the fighter ship Sid against the deadly fleet of the Seven Stars Alliance. The fate of the Earth, viewers, pretty much rests in our hands. At least it does in Alpha Mission, released by SNK in October of 1987. Also available in the arcades, because it's an SNK game. Oh boy. 30 people gave it a 5 out of 10. 3 other people gave it a 3 out of 10. I'm going to stick with the 5 out of 10. And we'll talk about why. Alpha Mission, known as ASO, or the Armored Scrum Object in Japan. As you can see, it's a vertical scrolling shooter created by SNK. It was ported to the NES and Famicom a year after the arcade was made. It spawned a successful sequel that was more successful than this, Alpha Mission 2, for the Neo Geo arcade and console in 1991. So Alpha Mission, one player, scrolling shooter, similar to Xevious in its air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons split. Missiles are used to destroy ground enemies, while laser-like weapons are used for aerial opponents. I happen to like that feature. Dragon Spirit did it, and that's one of my favorite NES shooters. Xevious does it. There's another really, really bad one that I can't remember its name of, which I'm sure we're going to be looking at that did it, but yeah. Throughout each of the levels, we must fight off waves of enemies that threaten several space stations, and a boss must be defeated at the end of each. Like most early games in this genre, when the player dies, all weapons are lost and the players move to a point slightly before the point of death. Player's craft can also be upgraded to have more powerful weapons by picking up various power-ups throughout the level. With a pair of LS30 rotary joysticks, for those of you who are all techie about arcade stuff, Akari Warriors can be played on the same hardware, which is true. Well, it's not great. It's not horrible, but it's not great. That 5 out of 10 is probably pretty well deserved. Controls are decent. Your ship does tend to move a little slow, and the speed ups come pretty few and far between. Weapon power ups are a little goofy in that they 1941 and 42 did this. Excuse me. Was there a 41? I don't remember. Anyway, but this game does it worse. When you hit a power-up, you shoot an enemy, it explodes, power-up. If you shoot the power-up will actually change, which is a problem because you're probably spamming the shoot button, trying to kill everything else on screen just so you can get to the power-up, and you may end up switching it to a weapon you don't want. Gameplay is not bad. Let's put it this way. There is nothing really good about Alpha Mission, but there's also nothing really bad about it. It just exists, and as it exists on the NES, there's not really much to say about it. Go play Guardian Legend. Go play Legendary Wings. Go play Dragon Spirit. Go play Zanak. Don't play this.